And if the president isn't willing to do it, then Congress must step up and provide Los Angeles with its money right away. Disaster recovery is a human issue, we all know this. Partisan politics should never get in the way of funding people's recovery. For our families and our communities back at home, I know I speak for my colleague from Thousand Oaks, we will never stop fighting for you. We will never stop fighting for you on this floor, regardless of the dysfunction in Washington, D.C. With that, I strongly urge an aye vote on AJR 27.
We need to restore the lives of 192,000 displaced residents. Despite multiple requests made by Governor Newsom, the President has either attached unrelated conditions to any further aid, or most recently, just failed to respond to the request. This is unacceptable. As previously mentioned, but worth repeating, the full bipartisan California congressional delegation has signed a letter of support for the aid being requested. It is time for our federal government to step up and provide relief for California without delay or unrelated conditions.
This is about recovery, and this is what we need to do after the devastating wildfires. And we also will continue to have the same energy, the same passion as we will face other disasters. It's all about fairness, it's all about humanity, and it's all about rebuilding, because that's what we need to do.
We are plagued by fire in my district. Millions upon millions of acres. I support getting aid for LA, absolutely, as we all do, but there is a timeline and a process, and I'm not saying it works. It is very broken and needs reform as well. But every community in my district is still in recovery. I have one county that has recovery on 20 incidents. I have a community of Greenville that completely burned to the ground 5 years ago that has not built 28 houses yet. I have an elementary school that was denied by the state $2.5 million to be able to rebuild, and those kids are bused hours each direction every day still for the last 4 years. So this is an ongoing problem, an equity problem in my opinion. I support giving that aid to LA, but I just want you to know that this is ongoing, and not just in our state, it's around the nation.
Who's in charge of LA County? Who's in charge of the Palisades, Altadena? You are. Not a word in this chamber to your colleagues down south. Pick up the pace. Get the job done. People lost everything. Expedite these permits. 28 out of 15,000 homes. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of hope for them. So far, the federal government has transferred $6 billion to respond to fire recovery. Gavin Newsom put in an invoice for $40 billion. You know why? Because he's spending money like a drunken sailor, and so are you. And you want to use the tragedy.
Please count.
A drunken sailor? I'm sorry to insult drunken sailors by putting them in the same vein as our governor and his behavior. But you're using their tragedy to ask for money because you can't control your spending habits. You know, when you look at the $40 billion, line by line, 80% of that money doesn't go to fire victims, it goes to government. You want to bail out the local government, and the government's not even doing its job. You know what? I'd be willing to give some money to those local governments if they actually got homes rebuilt. If they delivered on their job to these people who are real fire victims. But no, you're trying to divert attention from that failure.